Every magician needs to know this easy card trick, and watch out because someone might try to scam you with it. You're about to learn an easy self-working card trick that you can use to fool your family and friends. But please, do not use this trick to bet and win money or to embarrass your spectators. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to talk about a situation where, during one of my professional gigs, I ran into this very trick, and it was a valuable lesson for me that I use in all of my professional magic, and I think it will help your magic as well. So let's get to the lesson. I want to show you that I have all kinds of cards here, and what I'd like you to do, go ahead and give it a mix. Shuffle, cut, whatever you like. Nicely done. And you want to give it a cut as well. Perfect, perfect. So we do have all kinds of cards here. All right, excellent. What I'm going to have you do is I'd like you to select a card. Look at it. Show the camera, please. Got it? Uh-huh. All right, put it on top, please, and cut the cards and complete it. All right, excellent. Now, you do have a card in mind.
Yes.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to deal the cards out, and we're going to try and see if we can get a feeling for your card. Okay. Okay, I guess we're going to be dealing a while. I'm not getting anything here. Okay. I believe that the next card I turn over will be your card. How about that? Not really?
No.
No, I'm going to turn over a card, and it's supposed to be your card.
You already
know.
know.
Okay. There. Was it 8 of hearts?
Yes.
Okay. This is a trick that's actually more fun and themed than as a magic trick. It's essentially just a find a card trick, but it has that stinger ending that makes it kind of fun. So, completely ordinary deck of cards, and you can have the spectator mix the cards, you can have them cut the cards. The whole thing is I like to just say, now there are sleight of hand techniques to glimpse the bottom card, but I'm not going to show you those here. I just sit there and tell the spectator, look, they're all mixed up. And at that point, I can just look and see the bottom card. And that's all you need to remember, as you do in a lot of these find a card tricks. Now, just for purposes here, I'm going to use the Ace of Spades as my bottom card. I think it's easier for everybody to follow if I use a distinctive card. So the Ace of Spades just happens to be on the bottom, or if you like with these kinds of tricks, you can actually put the Ace of Spades on the bottom and then just come out and do a false shuffle, which we do teach. There's a link in the description if you want to learn that false shuffle that maintains the deck of maintains the order of the entire deck. So Ace of Spades happens to be on the bottom for purposes of the demonstration. Then you have the spectator select any card. So let's say they select the Queen of Spades. So what I like to do is have them cut, have them put the Queen of Spades here, complete the cut, and of course our Ace of Spades is on the bottom, goes on top of the Queen of Spades. Now at this point, this is also a good time to do your false cut. Really adds a sense of randomness to the trick, but of course you haven't changed the order. Now comes the reveal, and this is what this trick is all about. You come out and then you say, I'm going to deal the cards, and you keep dealing, and all you're doing is looking for that bottom card. In our case here, it happens to be the Ace of Spades. So you keep going till you see the Ace of Spades, and sometimes it could be, oh, there's the Ace of Spades. Now, what you don't want to do is make a big deal when you see your Ace of Spades. So don't stop dealing. Don't, try not to react or do anything. But this is the key here to the trick. When you deal the Ace of Spades, you know the next card is their card. So again, try not to react. Just keep dealing. But at this point, you know that their card is the ace of spades. So you keep dealing cards, and here's where the stinger comes in. You say, I think I've got an impression. The next card that I turn over will be your card. And you're ready to do that, but of course you already know that the card is the queen of spades over here because of your ace of spades or whatever card you remembered at the bottom of the deck. Now at this point, you'll see the spectator react. They might laugh. I think in the demonstration, the spectator kind of said, I'd have already dealt the card, which is fine. You'll get all kinds of reactions. Most of the time, you'll see kind of a laugh, like, haha, you missed it. There's no way you know the card. And you say, well, I'm going to show you this card. The next card I turn over will be your card. And you act like you're going to turn this one over, and then you turn this one over. And it creates a fun effect for spectators. So here's the lesson from my professional work. It was years ago, pretty much early on in my magic career, and I was performing at one of those corporate cocktail hours where I'm walking around performing magic for groups of people, and there was a table where I performed a card trick. People responded and were having a good time. I guess I left my cards on the table, and then this guy sitting at the table, he probably had too much to drink, but he grabbed my cards and he said, now I'm going to show you a card trick and blow you away. I wasn't sure how to deal with this. It really was the first time I'd ever encountered this. And then he did this card trick. Started dealing the cards out, had a card selected, started dealing the cards out. I was debating what to do, to just follow along or just kind of try and stop him. But what happened was he got to the culmination of the trick where he says, the next card I turn over will be your card. And of course, the card is already sitting on the table. And then he says, I'm going to bet you $100 the next card I turn over will be your card. Completely trying to set me up. And here's how I handle it. Maybe you have a better idea on how to handle this, and I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments. But I just kind of, because he was being such a jerk and trying to show me up as the magician, I just pointed to the table and I said, go ahead and turn the card over. And I didn't even acknowledge the fact that he was trying to make a bet with me, and I think he was serious. So anyway, he turned the card over and I collected my cards and went to the next table. Now, brings up a couple issues. Number one, I don't know why people want to show me card tricks or show me their magic tricks when I'm the professional magician at a gig. I've had situations in my restaurant where I'm eating dinner after my shift and they track me down and they bring their cards out and they say, I'm going to blow you away with a card trick. And then they start dealing 3 columns of cards. Like, I sometimes wonder if I come across as some kind of idiot or something. Like, I do magic full time and I'm not going to know these simple tricks that you can learn in an afternoon. Anyway, that's a little bit of a side note. But what I learned from this lesson is never let spectators take your props. That's the simple lesson. Never let them try to show you tricks during your professional gigs. Obviously, if you're with friends, that's a whole different case. You guys are sharing ideas, fellow magicians. But during a professional gig, never let anybody handle your props or take that control away from you. Now, how do you do that? And this is what I came up with, and I hope you'll be able to use this lesson and that you'll find it useful. If somebody wants to show me a trick, which still happens, I always say, well, I'd love to see it. I'm sure it's a great trick, but I'm being paid to entertain here, and I've got to keep moving. I've got to try and entertain as many people as I can. So thanks for the offer. And so I just collect my props and move on to the next table. And I think it's a polite way to just kind of shut it down and still be the professional and just move on. So the words are, I'm sorry, I'd love to see the trick. I'm sure it's great, but I'm being paid to entertain here. I need to move on to the next crowd because I have to try and entertain as many people as possible. So feel free to use that. And if you have a better idea or some comment, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. So anyway, hope you enjoy the video and hope you have fun with the card trick. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.